your kids are watching you all the time, whether you see it or not. I think that kids have a lot more appreciation for these things that we fight for. There's personal stuff at stake for them. Their father's down there in the fray. Is he going to come back?
Welcome to Dadding. Today we are honored to be joined by Army Colonel Arnel David, talking about dadding while deployed. In total, he spent 6 years away from his family as he was called to serve his country, and today he's sharing his story with us. Thanks for being on the show. You are a 23-year Army veteran.
Yes, yeah, 23 years, starting at 17.
That's incredible. Thank you for your service. That is incredible. It really is. You know, it's so funny as a parent, you're like, oh, like it'd be nice to have a break, like a nice long weekend or something like that. But you had to do it at long stretches for not just for your job, for your country. And for you, you have 3 kids, right? 27, 21, and 16. What's the biggest way being deployed has affected you as a parent?
When I first left and deployed 2003 with the 101st Airborne Division, my daughter was 3 and my son was 10. My oldest was 10. And then my youngest, when he was born, I think it was about 3 or 4 months, and I deployed. And that one was really hard because you just kind of get that stage of playing with the baby and making him laugh, and it like really sucks like having to leave right now. You
couldn't be like, I want to take my paternity leave? Is that a thing?
There's a thing now where the military is getting really good about that. It's just tough. It just depends on the context of what position you're serving in. I mean, as company commander, you're the one up front and you're going to deploy with your company. You kind of go with them. You leave from the front, you can't come in later. It's tough though. It honestly is. Yeah,
I can't imagine. So what does it mean to you to be a military dad?
It's a universal truth that you should, as a leader, you should take care of your people, right? You should take care of your soldiers, you should take care of your team. If you do that, you're going to be successful, because then people will realize that they see that genuine care and they'll work harder for you. And I learned that from my dad. So my father, I was born in the Philippines. My father joined the United States Navy from the Philippines. No, he's never pushed me to go in the military. It's my own decision. And same with my kids. My son joined the Army. I was really proud. My daughter also, she's not going to join the military, but she went to the same school I went to, Valley Forge Military College. It's really shocked me because I didn't tell her to go there. I mean, I never told them to do that. I think parenting, being a dad, the one great thing is that, it's the subtle things that are somewhat invisible, right? Just know that your kids are watching you, and try to inspire them to do the right things and lead by example.
That's great advice for anyone. What's the hardest thing about being a deployed dad?
It's those years you're never going to get back, man. There's times when my daughter growing up, she hated me for leaving sometimes. She's really young. She's 21, but 6 years of her growing up and out. And so she knows every single day and minute just about that I wasn't around. There's no books to go, how do you deal with this? And all I can do now is make up for it as best I can. For me, I've had to get help to deal with how I act around them when I get back, because sometimes I just easily get mad for no reason at all. I've had anger issues. I've had issues with my temperament that sometimes can be uncontrollable, or I get mad real easily. And I've been working on it over time, getting help. And I share this with everybody because mental health is a big deal. We're dealing with situations that aren't normal, and it does take tremendous courage to get help, because many do not. I'll admit that, I've had mental health issues I needed help with, and I went and got the help. You're going to hurt yourself and your family if you don't get the help.
Thank you so much for that honesty, for saying that. I imagine there are a lot of people out there that needed to hear that. Thank you. Now, what's the best thing being a deployed dad?
I won't say you're living on borrowed time, but you feel like you are, because after surviving some of these, these really dangerous situations, and you come back and you're like, you appreciate life more, you appreciate family. To be a father who's in uniform is it's a matter of pride that we all share. I think that kids have a lot more appreciation for these things that we fight for. There's personal stuff at stake for them. Their father's down there in the fray. Is he going to come back? As you get back and we get promoted or we get rewarded for this service, they're a part of that reward. They deserve equal recognition. And so they share that with me, and it's a good feeling because we've all sacrificed together.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you being on Dadding and sharing your story.
Thank you, Robert. This is an honor, and really appreciate letting me share.